So I've tried to post about this multiple times on both of my accounts. It'll never let it post. So I'm going to try to dumb it down a little, but you'll still know what I'm talking about. So for everyone who's seen the movie about the excessive amount of donkeys roaming the streets around November of 2020, I think they were telling us more than they led us to believe. So most of y'all remember Ed Snowden. He was an intelligence worker. He helped come up with the PRISM program. He also exposed the Big Brother, and he now resides in Russia because the American government wants to. But that program hasn't been used since 2013. Or has it? This is a screenshot from said documentary. That program on that screen is PRISM. PRISM is an NSA only program. No one else uses it, NSA only. So why has NSA been tracking the election fraud? Was the donkey movie the nail in the coffin before they blow the top off this bitch?
We're going to take a time machine way back to the 9th of June, 2013. Let's listen.
Today, though, reports of the government working with tech giants like Google, Apple, Yahoo, and Facebook to monitor users. Eamon Javers has been working this story in Washington. He joins us now with the latest. Hi, Eamon.
Good morning, Kelly. Well, it was just a stunning day of revelations about U.S. intelligence programs yesterday, starting in the morning with the London Guardian, which reported on a secret FISA court order. That's a secret intelligence court order to Verizon, ordering them to turn over communications records, phone records on Americans and foreigners. Now, that story dominated the bulk of the day yesterday, and then last night, the Guardian and the Washington Post almost simultaneously revealed an even bigger scoop, this one about an NSA program, secret classified program called PRISM. And in that program, both newspapers said that 9 of the biggest American technology companies work with the U.S. government to spy on people that the government is targeting. After that story came out, we got a range of denials. First, Apple. They said, we have never heard of PRISM. Then Google, which said, we have no backdoor for the government to access private user data. Then Facebook, which said, we do not provide any government organization with direct access to Facebook servers. Following with Microsoft, who said, if the government has a broader voluntary national security program to gather customer data, we don't participate in it. Yahoo said, we do not provide the government with direct access to our servers, systems, or network. Clearly, guys, the key here may be this phrase, direct access. What does that mean? What are these companies actually denying is going to be one of the key questions to follow up on this story. Late last night, we got this statement from the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper. Fairly direct and powerful statement. Clapper saying the Guardian and the Washington Post articles refer to collection of communications pursuant to Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. They contain numerous inaccuracies. Clapper going on to say the unauthorized disclosure of information about this important and entirely legal program is reprehensible and risks important protections for the security of Americans. Obviously, guys, there's a lot more to come on this, and it all comes on a day when the President of the United States is ironically in Silicon Valley, where he's going to be meeting with the Chinese president. Now, President Obama had planned to speak to the Chinese president about Chinese hacking of American computer systems. This is going to make this a much more awkward conversation for the president today, Simon, given the level of leaks that we've now seen about what the NSA has been up to allegedly.
Much more difficult, Eamon, for the U.S. to take the high moral ground here as a result. I just want to go back to what you were saying with some of these tech companies, because, you know, we've had this statement from Clapper, we've had Verizon yesterday, while using IF, effectively acknowledging this program's existence. So why or how is it that then we're able to see the Apples and the Googles of the world come out and try to deny it or to deny their involvement?
Well, that's a really good question, and we're just going to need some more reporting on that. And I don't want to get too far out over my skis here in terms of speculation, but you wonder if there's some kind of technological nuance about that phrase, direct access, that they're getting some kind of indirect access, perhaps. You know, what you saw is with Clapper's statement, he said the articles contain numerous inaccuracies, but he would not specify, and I've asked them to specify, what was specifically inaccurate here. He's also saying that even though this was inaccurate, it was reprehensible to put put it out there. So at the same time he's saying it's misinformation, he's saying it's reprehensible to put it out there. So we're going to have to do a lot more reporting to clear up just what exactly was going on here. We've asked all these companies for statements. So far we've gotten these statements, and I can tell you that NBC News, independently of The Guardian and The Washington Post, has confirmed the existence of the PRISM program as a data collection program. So there's a lot going here.